Stand by, recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to EHCTV. I'm Abby Hathorn.
And I'm Khalil King. Welcome back to the show. Abby, I must say, your outfit is perfect.
So Khalil, what in the world are you?
Well, I'm a striving, young pop star. Haven't really came up with a name yet, but, I'm just out here and not a SoundCloud artist or anything, but I'm headed in that direction.
But can I be your number one fan and just be like, oh my God, it's Khalil King? Do I get to do that? Is that okay?
I mean, there's a long line, but definitely being a close friend, you got potential.
Yeah. So who do you have on set with you today?
I actually have Austin Talbert, a junior cross-country runner, so it's going to be interesting to talk with him. Who do you have on set?
I have a senior fellow, her name's Ashley, on set with me today. She's a sister of the new sorority that's joined on campus. We're going to talk a little bit about that and kind of why they wanted to bring this old sorority back into the system. So,
great, sounds good. Mm-hmm. We will now pass it over to Will Seidel with the news.
Hello, I'm Will Seidel bringing you this week's news update. The new crosswalk signs at the Village have been put in place. These signs have been placed on the roads between the Merck and the train tracks. The signs will light up to alert drivers that students are crossing the street. The response on campus of these signs has been overwhelmingly positive. Join the Rivers Way Day on Saturday, November 4th. Rivers Way is a local organization that brings together the community and individuals with disabilities to share in fun activities and relationships. Have lots of fun with physical activities, crafts, sporting events, lunchtime, and more. Rivers Way participants will be visiting the campus from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., so give an hour or two of your time to join them for the whole day. To learn more and to sign up, please contact Alex Vance at ARVance15 or Annie Linus at AKLinus15. Join the Holston River Soul and Water Conservation District for November's Saturday Serve, an opportunity to get off campus and connect with the community through meaningful service. You will be partnering with Holston River Soil and Water Conservation District, participating in trail maintenance and seasonal work in beautiful Sugar Hollow Park in Bristol. You will meet at the Appalachian Center at 12:15 p.m. and will depart promptly at 12:30 p.m. Service will be from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and then will return to campus by 4 p.m. Questions and to sign up, contact Maggie Oberman at moberman@ehc.edu. The third annual E&H Women's Basketball Money Giveaway will be at the MCA at Emory Henry College Saturday, November 4, 2017 at 6 p.m. To get a ticket, contact Jay Dickens at ehc.edu or just ask a current player. A raffle ticket is $100 and you receive dinner for 2, free drinks for an hour, and a chance to win from $100 to $7,000. This fundraiser has been a huge success the past 2 years, so don't miss out. That's all I got for you guys today. If you have any information or news you would like to share with me, you can contact me at waseidel16@ehc.edu, or you could tweet me at thelastwill10. That's going to do it for me, guys. For the news update, I'm Will Seidel. I'll see you next week.
Hello and welcome to this feature interview. I'm Abby Hathorn. On set with me today, I have a fellow senior, Ashley Boston, to talk about the new sorority that's formed on campus and maybe what brought it about. So welcome to the set today.
Thank you.
So first of all, I know that everybody has a lot of different opinions about y'all reforming Zeta Phi, but what kind of brought about wanting to bring this old sorority back into the system?
So me and 2 other girls about 2 years ago wanted to sort of go and research about new sororities and if there had been any sororities that need to be rechartered, because we really wanted a place where women could come on this campus and feel that they could always be themselves. I know how big of a deal that Greek life is on this campus, and for me, I wanted to have that home, and so that's sort of what started this in the beginning.
Yeah, everybody, like, Greek life is such a huge thing in Emory, and we have so many sororities. So when you're talking about like that recharter process, what's some of the things that you had to do or y'all had to do to kind of get that going?
So when we started the entire process, we did a lot of research. I was actually able to get in contact with a original founder. She unfortunately passed away in June of this year, but her daughter spoke with me, and we sort of learned about what Zeta Phi stood for. We wanted to get as much history as we could in place, and so Then from there, we sort of put together a constitution and created bylaws and everything that every sorority has. Then we went to Greek Council. We presented, and we either were going to get a good recommendation or a not so great recommendation. Thankfully, we got recommended by Greek Council. And then from there, we needed to present to the Senate. And so we went to SGA and we presented last week, and they voted on us. And at this point, we're at a year probation, but we're sort of excited to see where this all takes us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of exciting just to see that that new thing coming to campus, because I know that like finding that home on campus is a really important thing for a lot of people. So what does sort of Zeta Phi stand for? Has it changed over time, or are you all really basing it off of what it was? What was it, like in the 40s, I think?
So Zeta Phi was founded in 1935 and ended in 1940. So we had to create our entire constitution. Emory and Henry did not keep the original one, and so we sort of went off from the experiences that we heard through the founder that was alive and her daughter. She sort of told us about journals her mom kept, and we sort of went off that, but then we also sort of went off what we wanted to stand for. So Zeta Phi stands for authenticity through bravery and benevolence, and we really stand for being kind to each other. We want girls that are not only going to be kind to their sisters, but to everybody on this campus, and we really want to unite with all Greek organizations and really have girls that are original and innovative and don't mind standing their ground and being one of a kind.
Right. And I think one question that a lot of people are asking is why? You know, why, when there's so many different sororities on campus, why do we need another one? And I'm sure that's happened every time that something's gotten rechartered. You know, why do we need another one? So I guess why does Emory and Henry, or why in your opinion does Emory and Henry need this development of Zeta Phi?
Yeah, so statistically it's shown that 50% of female rushies are receiving bids. That's one of the main reasons we wanted to start Zeta Phi. We want to sort of equal out that number. There are 6 sororities on campus, while there are 8 fraternities, and 70 to 80% of male rushies are receiving bids. So we sort of wanted to equal out that number a little bit, because, you know, like I said before, Greek life is such an important part of Emory and Henry, and if we can give that to more women and give that opportunity to people who really want to find their home, we really want to be able to bring that about.
Right, of course. And do you think that like some of the personal experiences that you and the other members have had in the Greek life system have kind of inspired this, this new idea and this new development?
Yeah, so we all rushed individually, and, we didn't really feel like we found our right home. And it's not in spite of anybody else or any other groups. We just stood for something that we felt was sort of different. And we thought there's probably other women on this campus who sort of stand for our morals and our ideals. And so that's sort of where it began and where it sort of grew from.
And in light of, controversy, we won't get into anything, but like there's always controversy in Greek life. It's just sometimes something's always going to happen. And, does some of the controversies that are going on, does that kind of intimidate y'all, or does it make you feel like you can join stronger together? Or, what do you think that what y'all can do about that over the next year?
Yeah, I don't think we're intimidated necessarily by it. I think we know it's going to be a process. We know it takes time to be welcome into any sort of family. And so we are trying our best to get along with everybody, and we hope that people will come to us with questions that they have about Zeta Phi. We know it's going to be a process, definitely. So we just want to sort of go about, the 7 of us, as sisters, and sort of show that how much we do love each other and how much we are united. And hopefully through that, people will see, oh, they are home within, Zeta Phi.
Exactly.
So,
and I know that like with being, you're on a probation period, and that happens when you recharter. What's sort of the process, or what do y'all feel about that process, and like how are you going to, go over that for the next year? What's sort of the plans for Zeta Phi?
So our sort of plan right now is to sort of begin the process of fundraising, and the probation itself involves sort of turning in weekly, monthly reports, doing community service, showing that we're going about everything in the right way. And so we're going to try to do that, but we're also going to try our best to begin hosting get-togethers and events for girls to come, see what Zeta Phi stands for, and sort of get to know all of us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the set today and to talk about all this. And I know that I'm excited to see what comes in the next year.
Yeah, me
Thanks.
too. Thank you.
And now I'm going to toss it over to this week's sports update.
The men and women's cross country
Hey, high
teams ran at
schoolers,
the
are you interested in reporting?
How about
Radio, television,
Graphic design.
25:52. The women placed 8th in the competition, and Alette McGuire broke her own school record with a time of 23:20. The men's soccer team played their last game of the season against Roanoke College. The men lost 3-1, finishing 5-13-1 on the season. The women's soccer team also played their last game of the season versus Shenandoah. The women lost 3-0. The women finished the season 4 wins, 12 losses, and 1 tie on the season. The volleyball team played their last 2 games of the season, winning both to end the year with a 7-22 record. The football team played Hampton-Sydney. Despite the effort, the Wasps fell 38-30. Kevin Saxon, however, broke the all-time career record with an all-time passing yard record of 8,324 yards. With the sports update, I'm Evan Underwood, and now I'll throw it over to Khalil King with this week's sports interview.
Hello and welcome to this week's sports interview. I'm Khalil King, and today we have a junior cross-country runner, Austin Talbert, to be joining us for the show. Austin, welcome to the set today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Austin, to start today off, I want to kind of take you back to the past. I know that you played soccer, you were a great wrestler, in addition to cross-country. What made you choose to actually go with cross-country?
So I came on a recruiting visit at Emory and Henry, and I really just loved the team. I felt like I fit in really well here. That's been a big part of what's inspired me as a whole here at Emory and Henry. I've had a great team the whole time, great friendships within that team. They're a big driving factor into why I chose cross country and came to Emory and Henry. Yeah.
Nice. And do you think that coach, when recruiting you, did he see you as coming to be a big asset on the team, or did you kind of have to prove yourself, or where do you think you fall in that category?
So I was kind of a lower scale recruit coming in. The coach at the time made jokes about me being recruited to carry the tent. So I was expected to come in and run like 9 or 10 on a team of 12. My first race, though, I ended up running number 4 on the team. He was obviously stunned, and I ran top 5 every race my freshman year, and I have throughout my career. So it's kind of been a shocking run, but yeah.
Nice. And when did you realize that you were kind of recruited just to be kind of 10 men, and did that persuade you, and you think, is that kind of why you've done so well?
So I could kind of tell in the first week here, I wasn't competing in the top in workouts. I really, honestly, talent-wise, it didn't seem like I fit in with that top group. But when race day came, it just kind of worked out. I don't think that was really a driving factor. I thought I was in that 9-10 group as well, like just based on times. But it just kind of worked out. Showed up on race day, and it's history.
Nice. How do some of the external factors play in? I ran track in high school, and it's really some of the guys that helped me were the best on the team, and I did all right in track. Would you say there are any particular guys here or girls here that push you to your fullest potential, or do you think it's kind of an internal just?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I've had a great team my entire time here. A lot of leaders. Nathan Fischel, who graduated after my freshman year. Alex Cooper was a supreme leader. He always set the tone. Really, he was one of the greatest leaders I've ever met. Great guy. Kevin Watts always pushed the pace in workouts. He also graduated last year. Jackson Fizell, great team model. This year, Zane Moran, awesome guy. He's a really quiet figure, but he's always challenged me in workouts, pushing me on the long run. Michael LeGrande, Buck Kirtland, he's motivational. You should see him before a race. Just all of those guys, everyone's always ready to go. They push you academically, they push you athletically. Out on the course, if you're not doing your job, they'll make you do your job. We all really work together well.
Nice. You being a junior, moving into your senior year next year, what kind of expectations are you holding for yourself, being a leader on the team now?
So I think it's my job to go out, run the miles Coach tells me to run, show up on race day, help with recruiting. Go after what I've done this year. I haven't really thought about next year yet, honestly, but I know I'm going to have to set a higher expectation for myself. This year I got 10th at ODAX, hoping for maybe a top 3, top 5 spot next year. Going into region here in a couple weeks, I'm hoping to get top 35 in all region spot there. And then we'll judge next year based on that, I guess.
Nice. You got a lot going on. And I got a question. Are you going to have any records to break that aren't your own right now, or kind of tell me some kind of things you've done for the school? Records?
So right now for cross country, this season I broke the 5K school record. I broke the 8K school record. We haven't run a 6K since I think it was 2012, 2013. So right now Kevin Watts is the 6K record holder. That's the only cross country record that I don't have. But going into track, once the track team becomes official, Zane Moran holds the 5K record on the track right now. I haven't had a track season yet. And Jackson Fazell is the 10K record holder, and those are the 2 events that I'd really be interested in. So.
Okay. So, obviously, today is Halloween. You're a super fast cat. If you were to dress up, would it be kind of a typical Dash or Flash or?
Absolutely. The Flash is my favorite superhero, so that's probably who I would be dressed up as, which is kind of ironic since I love running. But
nice. Well, we see that you were a candidate for the Wasp of the Week. Did you win?
I did not. Tori won, which was fantastic. She got her 300th kill this weekend on the season, I think. So that's awesome. Very, very happy for her.
Okay. Where are you guys are wrapping up your season, right, or do you have a long stretch to go?
So about a week and a half from now, we'll run at the southeast region, and more than likely, barring something insane, that'll be the end of our season. I have a very outside shot at qualifying for nationals, but that's unlikely. So unless I do that, that'll be the end of the season.
Nice. Well, you've been killing it, man. Best of luck. Hope you achieve all your goals this season. And thank you for coming on the set today.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes, sir. And thank you guys for watching. This has been your sports interview, and I will now pass it over to the Out and About.
Hey, high schoolers, are you interested in reporting?
How about
Radio, television,
Graphic design.
Emory and Henry has the program for you. The Middle Appalachian High School Media Association is looking to recruit high school students. Put your media skills to the test at ENH's annual MASMA competition. Rewards for the competition includes scholarships to ENH. The Mass Communications program offers access to a number of great opportunities for students to get involved, from EHCTV to WEHC 90.7 to the Emory and Henry White Topper. Find out more at ehc.edu/media.
Okay, now let's get one thing straight. It's Halloween. That means people are dressing up and trying their best to look scary, cool, dorky, whatever you want. However, if you're not going to put forth the effort of dressing up for Halloween, then why even bother? I saw somebody, no joke, wear a black cloak just walking around. And me being all curious and whatnot, I go up to him and I ask him, hey, what are you supposed to be? And he told me he was Darth Vader. No mask, no lightsaber, just a black cloak that didn't have any buttons on it. You could literally see this guy's jeans and his Reebok shoes that the cloak did not cover. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but let me just tell you this, sir. If you ever go to a Star Wars convention looking like that and try to tell all those nerds and geeks you are Darth Vader, well, they just might execute Order 66 on you, and I will not feel sorry one bit. Matter of fact, I just might do a Chancellor Palpatine laugh at you. No, you're not Darth Vader. You're an embarrassment. You are just, the force is definitely not strong with you. Better yet, I don't think the force is even with you at all. So just go away so you can stop disturbing my force. I'm Will Seidel, and this was my rant.
Hey everyone, I'm Rusty, and welcome to this week's using the hashtag EHCTV. My room is currently 99
on our door at 3 a.m. and nobody was there. That's all I have for you today on Tweet, Pray, Love. I'm Addie Gillespie.
Oh my God, Chloe, you did so good. I'm your biggest fan.
It was something for you.
Oh, but for real though, that was a good interview. You did do well, even
Thank you.
though you know the hair and everything.
Hey man, the flossiness, you can't hate on it, but you know, it's just great. I love talking to these studs on campus, and this guy's broken 2 records in 2 weeks, so it's been pretty interesting talking.
Pretty
to him.
amazing, yeah. It's like crazy to think about it, and it's really interesting too, getting to like see how Greek life is changing and how things are developing and all that jazz. So, but yeah.
Can you also never get rid of the cat ears?
I think I'm gonna wear these like forever. So.
No, wait, so I got to go back to my regular hair after leaving, getting with this flociousness. So I think I'll keep the bandana though.
Yeah, it's fly. But thanks so much for joining us on this week's EHCTV's Halloween episode. I'm Abby Hathorn.
And I'm Khalil King. Make sure to join us next week.